G'day you good motherfuckers, the Buttsman here. I am on tour right now all across Australia and New Zealand. The ticket link is down below and all my dates are in the top comment. Go and check them out. Almost a month ago to the day I made a video about a school in Australia where all the boys in an assembly at that school were asked to stand up. They then were made to apologise to all the women in the room for all the rapes in the world, for all the misogyny in the world, the violence in the world committed by men against women. These young kids, some as young as 13 years old, were apologising for some of the most heinous atrocities committed by men all across the globe.
We got labelled as predators.
They told us to stand up and turn to a girl in our class and say sorry.
Many people were angry about this. Others compared it to horrible forms, reprehensible occasions where segregation had occurred throughout history. Some others were confused, many felt sad for the young boys, but countless others said that it was just this big media beat-up. This would never happen again. Well, guess what, dickheads? It did. Melbourne youth worker orders white Christian high school boys to stand in class and calls them oppressors. Interesting. A female youth worker ordered year 11 boys to stand up in class and labelled them oppressors for being white, males and Christian. So year 11 boys, what, 16, 17 years old, just trying to deal with the fact that they have pubes coming out of every disgusting pimply corner of their heinous bodies. And now they have to deal with not just puberty, but somehow find time to oppress everyone in the world. Jesus Christ, these fellas are getting shit done.
It's the ugly fallout from a high school diversity seminar accused of humiliating students. Year 11 boys at Parkdale Secondary College were asked to stand if they were white and Christian before being branded oppressors. Angry parents want answers and action.
And I think people have been playing into the Christian part of this story way too much. Okay, sure, the youth worker did mention Christian people, or Christian boys in this case, but most of those 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds probably aren't actually Christian. Maybe they're just Christian in the same way that their parents were Christian, because their parents were Christian and you just sort of follow what they do. They probably don't hold any Christian values. They're probably all out on the weekend eating ass. Who gives a fuck? Parents and counsellors are calling for the worker to be sacked over the incident which occurred during the diversity and inclusion session last week. Wow, 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 the irony is palpable. Diversity inclusion is of course wonderful. Unless you're white and a man, then you're not diverse and you shan't be included.
She got us all to, got white male Christians, that lot, to stand up and effectively called us historically oppressors.
Quite appalling behaviour.
You see, lots of people may see this whole carry-on as who gives a fuck. And you know what? 99% of the boys that were in that classroom probably don't give a fuck at all. They probably just thought it was a little bit funny. Maybe they had a laugh. They definitely had the mindset of oppressing. When do I have time to oppress? I'm too busy jerking off. The only thing they're oppressing is their mum's credit card with a Pornhub account. That's fucking it. Sorry. Pornhub premium account. Duh. But if there was hypothetically one young man who left that class feeling like the world was against him, after being labelled an oppressor, after feeling bad because of the colour of his skin, the genitals that he has, and perhaps his religion. Maybe he then goes home to a house full of violence. Maybe he then leads a life of violence. Maybe he never finds love or happiness or anything that could be described as a content lifestyle. Maybe he grows up to be addicted to drugs or alcohol, or perhaps both. Maybe he has several failed relationships because he has no self-confidence because he thinks the world fucking hates him. And then he ends it. Alone. In a car, in a garage, or in the bush. This could happen. This didn't happen on the day, and it probably won't. But it could. You know that 800,000 people every single year across the globe die by suicide? 75% of them are men. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for men of the ages of 15 to 24 years of age. That's a fucking terrifying statistic. You can tell me all day that toxic masculinity causes suicides with males, and that may be the case. You could say it's drugs or alcohol, maybe. Maybe it's a family history. Okay, that makes sense. But could you genuinely look me in the eye and say that if you from a young age were told that you weren't welcome, that you were dangerous, that you were an oppressor, that you were evil, that you were toxic, just because of the colour of your skin, just because of your genitals or your religion, that you would feel that you belong in this world? Most people would be fine with it. Most people would deal with it. Water off a duck's back. But maybe one won't. And that one could be just another statistic in that ever-growing group of young men who end it all by suicide. So who ran this charming seminar? The Kensington Youth Service worker held a talk about privilege, pronouns and intersectionality at the state-run Parkdale Secondary College in Melbourne South East on Wednesday. Oh Melbourne, how dare you. Fuck me dead. Alright, this chick who ran this whole fucking carry-on was being paid with tax dollars. Fuck you. What am I wearing? I'm not wearing me fuck you to the moon shirt. One moment. Fuck you to the moon.
Hello everyone. That was weird.
This is the youth worker at the centre of a huge storm. Tonight, we can reveal her name is Kate, whose controversial high school diversity seminar has led to national condemnation.
Who the fuck gave the go-ahead on this? Like, is she teaching anything that's peer-reviewed? Is it well-known science? Is it fact? Or is it just political? That's what this is all screaming of. Just political nonsense driving this absolutely crazy narrative that men are evil, women, you're never going to be able to do anything because men are always going to attack you and you're never safe and all this shit. It's just weird. It's so divisive. It's just fucking garbage. And the best part is that you can't disagree with any of it because if you do, you'll be labelled a sexist, misogynistic, racist, homophobe who's also transphobic on the weekends. So there's no critical thinking involved. So you're fucked either way, so just fucking deal with it, big fellas.
The equality and diversity presentation from the council youth worker took an unexpected turn last week when Kate went off script, asking Year 11 boys at the college to stand if they were white, straight and Christian before branding them oppressors.
Now, I just like to play devil's advocate here. Perhaps this lady who gave this whole seminar didn't actually mean what she said. There's no transcripts involved, there's no recordings involved, and I would like to give her the right of reply. Maybe she didn't mean exactly what she said, so perhaps there's always that option. I think it's important that we allow her to have her say, or at the very least defend herself.
What can they do? Change their skin colour or race or, you know, religion? I just reckon it's sad.
Hang on, how old is this bloke? Did he fight at Gallipoli?
Shouldn't have happened at all.
Year 12 student Harrison Carter is a brave young man, defying the school's wishes to speak out because he believes it's the right thing to do.
That's pretty fucking grubby if the school told its students not to talk to the media about this shit, seeing how they're the ones who bring this fucking counsellor on school grounds to talk to kids. Huh, sounds like you should be held accountable as well, school.
I don't know how you can be a youth worker if you point finger at children like that. And yeah, I agree with the fact that, she should be sacked.
Get this man a fucking VB now. Oh, actually, no, he's probably under the age of 18. Get him a fucking lime cordial now. Ladies and gentlemen, this should go without saying. You should never be judged, harassed, attacked, or segregated just because of something you can't control, like your skin colour, your gender, your religion, your sexual preference, all of those things. It is reprehensible if you judge people based on that, and if you do, feel free to fuck off. But also, please remember this. In a world where the internet is an open forum for every man, woman, and their gender fluid dog, you're gonna hear some fucking crazy shit, and you need to be able to somehow in your own mind critically move around these fucking nutties, nutcases, whatever you want to fucking call them, and think about what they say and go, hang on a second, you're a fucking idiot. If you know within yourself that you are a good person, you don't hurt anybody, you try your hardest to leave this place, this earth, this world, this universe, this life better than whence? Isn't that like a fucking saying? Better than whence it came. Better than when you entered the world through your mum's gaping vag. Then you're doing a good thing. Okay? You're a good person. Be a good motherfucker. That's what that means. So ladies and gentlemen, if you do go to that school and you're a white male and you're Christian, stop believing in imaginary friends. But anyway, we'll get to that in another video. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. Keep it moist. Toodaloo. Au revoir. Bye-bye.